can put it in there like that, zip it up, and I can literally drop it from anywhere and it will break. So that's really good. Right then guys, welcome back to my channel. Now we're in a weird place, the dining room. If you're as lucky as me this year, you should be going on a holiday, you know, this summer. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna let you guys know about what I'm taking on holiday. Firstly, I'm taking these bad boys, £3 from ASOS. You can't mess about with them, they're well alright. But taking these off, I then see a load of tech in front of me, i.e. all this stuff and all the stuff behind it. I'm going to take you through it and I'll show you what I'm taking on holiday. So I'm going to start off with the big guns, right? I'm going to take this 11-inch MacBook Air with me. It's incredibly light, I can just play with it. Oh my god, I can just play with it like that. It's incredibly light. It's got an i5, I think. Yeah, i5 with an 8GB of RAM and a 120GB SSD, which gets filled up very quickly. But I have, as you'll see later, a load of storage that I can then plug into this. Moving on, we then have a load of camera equipment. So if you're anything like me, you'll love little pieces of gimmicky camera equipment that you can buy off ASOS for under £10. And in fact, I have two of these, but I can only find one because I think the other one's broken. But in fact, I have at least 4, 5 or 6 tripods and monopods and gimbals. Right then, so starting off with the mini tripod from Manfrotto. It's insanely good, right? I put my DSLR 650D Canon on this and I vlog with it. I hold it out like that with the camera on top, with the microphone as well, and then I place it down and it is incredibly strong. I don't know what it's made out of, but you can hear it. It's a really nice sounding when you close it, but incredibly strong with a really nice kind of accurate ballpoint, I guess you'd call it, on the top, which is really good for getting the perfect shot. Now moving on to the rip-off Joby tripod. Now I bought this for £7, right? And it is very good for £7. It's very strong. I'm pushing down really hard now, and obviously Joby tripods are never that good. But yeah, you can use it as kind of a weapon, but yeah. So moving on to this small boy. This is a little legit Joby tripod. Now this has got magnetic feet, which can then, you know, clean to a radiator, clean to a door frame, whatever you want. And it's still quite strong. It's meant for like the GoPro size, maybe an iPhone or something like that. It has a retractable and movable arm that you can pull in and out and stuff, which then gives you even more control over where you want to shoot, which I also like. But you know, I haven't really used it much apart from maybe getting a second camera angle shot on maybe a drum video that I've done or something like that. Now moving on to this thing, I bought it when I got paid for some reason. It was on Lightning deals and it was about £5 down from about £8. So you know what, I was just like sick. But I haven't really used it once. But I don't skateboard, so I haven't really needed to use it. But I have had a go with it. I have played around with it, and it is great fun. To be fair, I've got some really cool like flying. It feels like it's flying the camera. So you know when you see these like tracking shots in films, most likely they'll use a more updates and more techie version of this, where it's just a fly. You know, some guy holds it. It's got a little gimbal inside that just keeps the camera really steady. And when you're flying through a house or something like that, you know what I mean? So as I said earlier, with this Mac, it's a very small capacity Mac. So I've then invested in a multiple amount of USBs and SD cards and portable hard drives, so I can store extra files on it. As you may know, I make a lot of videos on YouTube and on other platforms, and I don't really have enough space to store everything on my little Mac. So I also have a Mac Mini upstairs, which I used to use before I got this. I got this for around about £250 off my brother. Newest is about £1,000, so I'm really happy with that. But I don't know why I'm wearing sunglasses still. But I've got a extendable kind of USB bank, so because this only has 2 USBs, one on the other side. So you plug one in and you've got at least 5 USBs to use. And then we have a USB SD card reader, so I can plug in all my SD cards if I wanted to into there and then plug them into my computer. Going on to the USB sticks, we have 2 8GB sticks. that I've got for free and found in college, which have been alright, they don't really do much. They were actually given to me. This one was found on the floor. I handed it in and they said, no, this isn't anyone's. And they said, do you want to keep it? I was like, yeah, go on then. It doesn't actually work with Mac, it only works with Windows, which I don't know why I have it, but I think I just store files in there for when I work at school and college because, well, I don't go to school, I go to college, but I work at school, so I keep my Windows files on there as a backup, and I have my Mac files on there, which is just a multi-compatible USB stick. Then I have SD cards upon SD cards. I bought multiple SD cards because they're actually cheaper than buying like USB sticks, and they work in exactly the same way. Plus I can use them in my camera as well. So I've got 16GB, 8GB, 8GB, 64 gig and 4 gig. That came with my drone, I don't even need it. I've got a 64 gig in my GoPro as well, and I've got a 64 gig going into the camera that I'm recording on right now. So I use them instead of USB sticks, because they're smaller, and they have multi-purpose to me, plus I can still store files on them. They're not as safe as USB sticks, and they can corrupt much easier, but you know, I pay that price, so I'd expect the worst. So moving on to then batteries. I have so many batteries that I didn't want to show you all of them. I only got the two main things that I'd show. I've got extra camera batteries and extra iPhone batteries, or just an extra power bank. You can use any USB thing in there. So I've got a Canon, what is it? Just a lithium-ion battery that I then have loads of spares of that I just plug in to my camera once it goes dry. I don't use them when the camera is full of charge. Weird that. Then I have a, what is it? Just a power bank really. It's by Dexim. It lasts ages. It's lasted me 2 charges now, and it's about 5 years old, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then just lightning cable upon lightning cable, and I don't really want to show you that because you know exactly what that is. Moving on to the bags. I use this bag for my Mac. It's got like a neoprene / memory foam casing, and it is so sick because you can like stand on it and it has a foot imprint and it shows you how big your foot is. But other than that, it also stores your computer. So I can put my Mac that's 11 inches big, can put it in there like that, zip it up, and I can literally drop it from anywhere and it will break. So that's really good. Moving on to sound. I have, well I did have until they broke, Bose, what are they, just over ear, I can't remember the model name, it doesn't say on here. But I have Bose over ear and Beats in ear. And they got like a muffle kind of work on that kind of thing, so it sounds really nice when you're speaking to yourself, but I probably sound still as annoying as ever. But it's got like, in a plane, it's like muffled over your ears, so you can't hear the plane at all, even though it's over ear, not in ear, which is really good. Plus they give you like an extending aux, because they're not Bluetooth. They do still require a wire because they still are quite old, but they still work very well, and I'm very happy with them. Plus, they were free, once again. These Beats that are inside here are very light. They're basically just headphones. Moving on to some more tripod / monopod / monopod. So we have here a monopod by Manfrotto again, which extends to at least 1.5 meters, I'd say. I put a GoPro sticker on there purely because I had a GoPro that I put on there, so it just didn't make sense really. So moving on to some more charging, I have a Mophie space pack. This is incredibly cool. So I can put my phone inside here and charge it at the same time. You can see that little speck there, that is a lightning connector. So I plug my phone in there, I plug the top on like that, like a case. It is now a heavily protected case, makes the phone a bit thicker, but it also has 32 gig of extra storage for my phone that can either go to the cloud or straight into here, and I can charge it at least 2 times. Plus it feels really nice in the hand as well. So, you're probably thinking, what the hell are you going to fit this all in? Well, I'm going to fit it all in this tiny... Here's the money shot, baby. Oh yeah. In there. I'm going to fit it all in there, I think, because it is dead on 11 inches big.
Yeah, it was meant to be like that.
So, and deep, so it fits my laptop perfectly. It fits everything else in there, apart from the monopod, which I can actually put in the side here. It has 2 end clips, like I said in the previous video ages ago, which can then hold tripods that go through here, so they connect, you know, they just, cool. So this will store everything that I have, plus all of this GoPro mount stuff I have. So I have a wrist one, I believe, I have a headband, that's a chest band, I have a headband as well. So this goes on your head, this goes through your chest, and this goes on your leg or ankle or arm or whatever. So I have all those, plus, oh, also, if you're going on a plane, you're going to want one of these. These are impeccable, they're very good and you need them. They're a splitter that goes from 2 jacks into 1 headphone. What that is basically is, because on planes they only have 1 ear and 1 channel that goes from 1 earplug to the input of the jack in the side of the seat. So you're going to want to have 2. So that's why there's 2. Put that out. Oh bloody God, why is it all over there? Okay, so moving on to another bit of camera equipment / gaming equipment. Weird. This is camera, this is gaming. So we're going to go on to gaming and leave the camera for another day. I'm joking, for another couple of seconds. So we are going to go in here, we're going to open up this and we're going to find, oh, a little controller. What does that do, Jamie? Well, Jamie, what it does, Jamie, is basically, Jamie, does this. And you turn it on and it connects via Bluetooth to an iPad, a Mac, a computer, a Windows, why would you want one of those? A Windows computer and an iPhone. And what that can then do is play any game that requires this or can use this, and you can play along with your friends or with yourself or with your dog or with your goldfish, yeah. You can then get that and control it, the game that is, by this console here. It has a Y, B, A and an X in a copyrighted form. They've just mixed it all around because they can't be copyrighted. As you can see there, they've screwed it all up. So we have a couple of bumpers of L2 and R2, and then L1 and R1. D-pad on the side. It's literally a PS2 controller. They're just taking the piss. So then it comes with a micro USB cable as well, which then charges simply in the bottom here, like you would an Xbox controller. And you just plug it into whatever, and you can also do it wired, so you can play wired if you don't have Bluetooth. And it comes with a plastic like protector as well. So we are all going to throw our SteelSeries controller in the bin. So moving on to the last bit, and I think the coolest bit, my little Ellie cam. This isn't a GoPro, this is an Ellie cam. The Ellie cam is basically a GoPro, but it's not a GoPro. It's not as good as GoPro, and I will never say it is, but it is near. It is near a GoPro. It just doesn't have the ecosystem of a GoPro. You know, it's very good. It does 4K, it does 2K, it does 1080p, it does 720. It does all those at 60 FPS, and it does all those at 30 FPS, and does all those at 25 and 15. But it's and 120 FPS because it's really good slow-mo. But it's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got this for £30 because I had a special deal. But you're looking at about 70 quid for this, and I'm very happy with it. It comes with amazing accessories and you know, stuff like that, and charging equipment, but it's still clunky. The app is very bad. It crashes 90% of the time. The Wi-Fi is very, very short. Like, you can put the phone at the other end of the table and put the GoPro here, and it won't even connect. So I don't think that is the best thing about this. But if you just want to press record and then stop record and then get some underwater footage, perfect. Don't buy a GoPro if you want to do that. But if you want to buy a GoPro because you're going to air a TV show in a bloody car and you're going to do Top Gear, buy a GoPro. That's all I'm saying. But moving on from the bad GoPro-ness onto the good GoPro-ness. It has fuckloads of accessories. It comes with about 22 different cables, which is really good. I don't know whether they just put this in there for me or not, but I'm not sure because I haven't seen anyone else unbox something like this before. But it comes with a HDMI, it comes with a dildo floater, it comes with an extra I think this is the floating case thing. It comes with loads of little 3M pads that you can stick. It comes with loads of these little connectors that you can then make some sort of cool transformer car with. It comes with another micro USB in case you lose the other one, because they give you at least 7. It comes with this little clip as well, which then clips to the back of there, which I believe then makes a cool little mount that you can put your GoPro in without having to put it in the case, but you can still attach attachments to it. So I can still attach this to there without having to worry about having a case around it, which is very good. So these are £3 from ASOS, and I don't know whether you know, but ASOS is sick. ASOS is sick. If you go on holiday, don't buy any of the tech I just talked about, go and buy these. And plus buy a membership to ASOS, because then you get next day delivery at any time after 12 as well. Sounds good. Alright, sick. Is that overdone? Are we done, yeah? Cool. Paycheck next week, yeah? Sick. Oh, my battery's running out. Shit.